What's going on, everybody? Down South 77 here again, and this is 3 Star Draw, an adult collector channel where usually we talk about G.I. Joe, mostly G.I. Joe classified, but every now and then on some days, like today, we'll take a look at a different toy from a different line because, as you can see over here, I have other stuff that I am into and I do like to pick up and show you guys, be it a one-off NECA figure or something like Mythic Legions where there are certain types that I collect. I like to pick them up and I'll do a video on them. As I mentioned, today is one of those days. So the Pulse people showed up today and they brought me this guy right here. So this is the Spider-Man. This is the new Kingpin that as I understand, I think is an old Kingpin. I am not real clear on that. There's what the back looks like. This is a dope looking figure, and I bought it because I like the Kingpin. Kingpin has always been one of my favorite villains. Now, it is true, I have said many times in many places, I'm not a Marvel Legends collector. Matter of fact, I think the only two that I have, I turned into customs for G.I. Joe. And by customs, I mean I put G.I. Joe heads on them. That said, some of this new Marvel stuff that Hasbro is putting out, they have really turned the Legends line around, and there are some that I'm going to have to pick up. Like I said, I don't actually have anybody to fight this guy, so we'll have to kind of mesh universes here for a little bit. But these cards, like, I love these cards. These are kind of like throwbacks to the to the 90s, to the Toy Biz era. I love the way they're doing these cards. They're on the new thick card stock that they're using. They're putting the Joes on these too. And there's quite a few Legends and Legends type figures that are out or coming out that I do want to pick up. So I'm going to have to start a Marvel shelf or a section of a Marvel shelf, something. But I have always liked the Kingpin. Spider-Man was one of the superhero comics I read, but he was also a big time villain in the other comic that I like to read, primarily besides G.I. Joe, which was not a superhero comic, and that was the Punisher. Punisher was always after Kingpin. Kingpin was always after Punisher. So we got a new Punisher that's going to be coming out. I will be ordering that. That being said, I wanted a good Kingpin figure, and I was told this was a reissue. Somebody let me know in the comments, because I have not kept up with Marvel Legends or this type of stuff, whatever we're calling this. I'm guessing just Spider-Man retro card Spider-Man. I know the Iron Man is its own thing that's the same kind of card too. All I could find was this was a Build-A-Figure, so maybe this is just a reissue of the Build-A-Figure and a repaint, because I believe that suit was all white. I couldn't find this one actually being released boxed or carded, but maybe it was. Somebody that will know better than me, let me know down in the comments. But this thing looks awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pop this guy out, check him out. I'm excited to get him on the shelf. Kingpin is a very, very big Marvel villain, as you know, and I did not want to get that janky looking windowless box one that come out that looks just pretty much like Michael Chiklis. I did not want that Kingpin. That was not my Kingpin. This is my Kingpin, so we're going to check him out. I really like these cards, how they will actually stand up on their own, because they've got that little divot in the bottom of the bubble. So I do have some other figures out here to compare good old Mr. Fisk to. So before I turn on the extra light, we'll just look at him in the package one last time. Now, I don't know these guys. Like, I don't know if this is a new wave that's coming with this Kingpin figure. Somebody let me know. Like I said, I don't really keep up with Legends all that much other than when I see the Hasbro Pulse drop. But if this is the new line of these Spider-Man retros, because it seems like they just come out with the line, seems like or a wave, seems like they just come out with the the Spider Shot, Last Stand. Seems like those guys just come out. So maybe I don't know. Somebody tell me where these are in the grand scheme of things. But I really like that Spider-Man. I need that Goblin, and I need that Electro. That is my version of Electro. I always have loved that old Spider-Man and Friends Electro. Those two, maybe. But so and him, I don't really need that Peter Parker. But man, those three right there look like they are gonna be fire. So I was noticing on this card, I don't have any of these other Spider-Man retros, but on this card, so the bubble is made into the card. Now, if you can see that crease there, so if I can get the light to hit that, like that's not plastic. The bubble goes under the card and it goes under it to there. I don't know if that crease will show up. So it goes in that far. So you're going to have to cut this bubble, which I was going to do anyway. But unless you want to just destroy this card, this thing's like opening like a pack of batteries. Like you can't hardly get them out of the cardboard backing. That's how these are going to be. So that being said, let's go ahead and get him out. So not even kidding, that was a chore to get this sawed off of here. I didn't do a very clean job of it, but see what I'm talking about. Maybe it's just this figure because he's so heavy, and maybe they're afraid that it would pull away from the back. I don't know. It'd be nice to see them do what like Mythic Legions does with the collector friendly packaging, but we all know why they can't do that, because we'll have windowless packaging all over again. People will just open them in the store and jack the figure. So I got to go back and trim some of this off. I'm probably going to have to change my X-Acto blade. These bubbles, man, like I wish Hasbro made their weapons out of plastic as good as they make these bubbles out of. So we got our city scene back there, cityscape there. They even got the continuation of the lettering down here. Very nice card. They're killing it with these cards right now. Let's see. That's probably going to fall over and take those guys out. I grabbed some of those. Scareglow. I just wanted something different, but so I got those because those are some of the bigger 6-inch figures that I've got. I probably got some other ones. Those were the first ones I come to. I grabbed Serpentor because he's the tallest, and I grabbed Gung Ho because he's one of the biggest. So I want to see how they look beside old Wilson here. Hey, Mr. Wilson, looks good, man. This is what I need a Kingpin figure to look like, right here. All right, man. He's a chunky boy. Of course he is. I mean, he's supposed to be. He dwarfs everybody. He's much taller. Very strong. He's not just tubby. He's big. So we got the beat up face on him. That looks good right there. He is pissed. He is in the middle of a brawl with somebody. This open mouth there. If I can see in there, can't see if there's any. I can't tell if there's any paint apps in there or not. It kind of looks like there is from this angle. I can't really tell though. So anyway, So it's pretty good elbow articulation. Let's see. Does he have a butterfly? I can't think he's got a. These guys don't have butterflies, so he can actually get his arm up pretty well. Good T-pose there. So the jacket is a really thin, or not really thin, really flexible plastic. His suit jacket. Got his scarf there. It just looks good. There's not a lot to it, but man, it works. Like it works. So he's got a thigh cut, and he does have the knee cut as well as the knee articulation. You don't get a lot with him. His boot seems to hinder it there. You don't get a lot of movement in the knee. That's about as far back as you're gonna get with that. So Shark Eyes likes to say, can he kick his own ass? He cannot. He can't even come close. Ankle does have ankle rockers. I didn't think he did for a minute. Not much movement in the ankle rockers either, but there's a little bit there. But you know what? You know what he's not doing? He's not falling the hell over. His ankle rockers, that's how you do it right there. Why can the Legends team and the G.I. Joe team not just can we send them to a weekend retreat or something where they can do that fall exercise and learn from each other? So same thing on this part all the way around. This is a harder plastic up here on his bicep. So the suit cut here, that doesn't look great. The elbow cut on the suit, there's probably no way around that though to get anything out of it. I wish these were double jointed. Not a whole lot of superposability with him, but I guess he's not firing a sniper rifle. I mean, I guess you can get what you need out of the Kingpin. Orange vest to go under his suit, and he does have a blue ascot. Has a pin in it. I can show that. I'm trying to tell if that's got any detail on it. Looks like it does have a little bit of detail on it. I can't really see from this angle. You guys could probably see that better than I can. So purple pants. I mean, this is your comic Kingpin right here. This is, if you want a comic accurate Kingpin, animation accurate Kingpin, here he is. So he does come with just a regular head sculpt. That angry one, bruised one popped off of there really easy. That one went on really nice. This is just his kind of concerned, regular, I guess that's his resting Kingpin face. I know some people don't like the screaming heads or whatever, but man, never mind my thumb there. Let's get that out of the frame. Some people don't like that head, but man, this one is just, it translates rage. Like this head, he's not screaming in battle. He's not going, Adrian. He is, he's getting up going, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. That's what that head's all about. Let's look at his cane. His cane did come out bent as hell from being in that tray. It is a little, it's not as flimsy as some of the Joe stuff. I think heating this and holding it where you want it, sticking it in the fridge for a few minutes, possibly the freezer, I think this thing will straighten up. So we can put his cane in his hand. I do like that it has the translucent gem on top, or whatever it is supposed to be. No, I thought it'd be cool if maybe this popped off and there was a little dagger or something in there. Did y'all's grandparents have door handles that look like that? That's what that reminds me of. You remember them clear glass doorknobs in old houses? These things are actually worth a little bit of money now. I want to see if we can get him to hold his cane, kind of palm it. I want to see if it fits. And I was really hoping. So he can't really palm the top of the cane like he's supporting his weight on it. It's just not gonna do it. But you can get the shot. So that's the look you want if you just got him posed. He's not actually holding it, but the way that the hand is shaped, it actually does fit in there well. So you can put the cane on the ground where it looks like it is supporting his weight. Then of course, you can have him like he's getting ready to club somebody with it. I wish there was a little more of a closed fist with him. The open fist works. I mean, for him, you can have him like he's reaching or whatever. I do wish that it held the cane a little tighter, but at the same time, I think if it did, you would sacrifice this look here. You'd sacrifice him actually like he's putting his weight on it, like he's supporting him. Because if you just got him chilling on the shelf or in a shot, that's what he's gonna do. And then we'll pop this one back on him, and there he is, where he's coming for you. I do like the pinky ring. It's got the gemstone on it. I can get that to focus. Yeah, there we go. I used to wear a pinky ring. I actually had one on both fingers there for a while. I lost one night. That's a story for another time. So there's Wilson Fisk, Spider-Man retro card. So let's see how he looks beside Krampus. This is Krampus from Figura Obscura. So he's almost a whole head taller than Krampus. Looks like he could carry Krampus around, doesn't it? Like he can stuff Krampus in his own sack. A sack of Krampus. No, stand up. It's always one of the problems of having a Krampus around, so they like to fall over. So here he is with Scareglow again. Of course, he's going to be way bigger than this guy because, he's just bones and a cape, right? So much bigger. Let's see how he is against old Etienne Lafayette. So this is one of the larger G.I. Joe figures. I don't think he's the biggest that we've got so far. Possibly. Is this the biggest buck? He's up there if he's not the biggest. He and Roadblock, Bazooka, those are some of your bigger, beefier Joe figures, and Kingpin does exactly what he should. He stands, he's more than a head taller than Gung Ho. So if you got retro card Gung Ho open on your shelf and you see how big this guy is, Kingpin almost dwarfs him. So let's look at Serpentor, because Serpentor is the tallest Joe character we've gotten so far. And there they are, getting down in the club. Fitty in the club. So he is just about half a head taller than Serpentor is. I'd like to see how Serpentor would fight this guy. He'd cheat. I think that snake would actually get to Wilson Fisk's heart. I think he'd pull that snake out and put it somewhere where the sun didn't shine for old Serpentor. Wilson Fisk, guys, do you need him? I think if you're a Spider-Man collector and you don't have some version of this Kingpin, I think you do. Hell, if you're a Marvel fan, I think you need this version of Kingpin. It's a really, really great figure. I wish the articulation was a little bit better. But, when you get a figure that's this size for the price point he was $39.99. I bought him on Pulse. I can see me putting him in a lot of stuff, using him for a lot of things, just because he is so imposing. Just a really good looking figure overall. I wish he did come with some extra hands. I didn't try and pop his hands out because he doesn't come with extra hands. In my luck, they're not meant to come out and I'll break something. So he's got his punching hand. He does have the wrist articulation, so you can get those into some posing. But I do wish he had. He don't really need a trigger finger hand. I wish he had an actual grasping hand, like he's reaching for you, and maybe on this one and with the ring on it or something. And then on this hand, I just wish that this closed a little tighter around the cane so he could actually act like he's going to use it as a weapon. And if you do it that way, I mean, it kind of works, but it's kind of dumb. He's not going to use it that way. He's going to use it this way because this is where all the weight is. Use it like a club. Club somebody with it. Not clubbing like he was clubbing with Serpentor. There's your Wilson Fisk, ladies and gentlemen. Spider-Man retro card, whatever they're calling those guys. Definitely worth picking up, I think. What do y'all think? Let me know down below in the comments. If you like this video, I appreciate hitting that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe, share it. Hell, somebody might want it and don't know where I'm at and be like, hey, he just shared this cool ass Marvel Legends Kingpin video with me. I should see more of this guy's stuff. That's enough. I will catch you guys next time on 3-Star Draw.